There's several on site. We want the same standard that anyone else wants for jobs and employment.
Somebody makes false
and whenever
accusations,
somebody's been
report it,
abused, it disrupts business, it disrupts service, it disrupts everything. Everyone's concerns are important. So if somebody feels abused like we have felt, there's a transportation problem up there. And there's also, it looks like a cigarette. It looks like an ashtray back here. And there's all kinds of violations. And this all started with trafficking from Amtrak on down here. It's called human sex trafficking. And this was all being reported in Washington, D.C. too. This isn't just, these aren't unconfirmed reports. These are reports that are really going on here. So when you watch a movie or TV movie and you know what's going on in the movie industry, you're pretty much going to see some of it surface in your neighborhood, especially if there's drugs and trafficking. Yes, if it's going on in the movie business, most likely it's happening in your neighborhood too. These drug awareness projects are not just in California. This goes on everywhere. Meth and drugs is everywhere. Most of the drugs you hear about that don't even get to your neighborhood are because it's in the West Coast. Most of the drugs that you're seeing, there show up potpourri, all those other drugs, synthetic drugs, pay attention. Ask your children, say, hey, relatives, family members, pay attention to the activities that are going on around your neighborhood. You do not have to be bullied into a thing. Contact WPXI, contact your local news. Why we report abuse? Because it's an emergency. Because you don't leave victims out in the street. It's illegal to do that to disabled people, by the way. And why it is? Because this is what's been going on since we got abused. That's not transportation, by the way. And whoever's been abusing us and using us, they bully us into things. There's some people that bullied us into things since we were little. That's why it's been reported to WPXI.
I think it's more humanitarian now. It's a humanitarian project when you help others, yeah. Like, I want to see balloons there, you know? Like, I want it, when I walk into a building, if I know that somebody's used to getting concierge care, well, then all they have to do is put a request and say, hey, I would like to see somebody, you know, clean and do the dishes. Like, they actually have to hire, like, we have to hire 10 different employees. So it'll be up to the manager to make the decision about who does extra jobs around here. Like, they don't want people doing drugs. And anytime a dude wants to make these girls do drugs or anything, report it to the manager right now. Turn out the carpet's good. See, results. That's pretty quick. We're getting results that quick. Don't look this bad. Most victims don't get beat up and assaulted. Most people don't come home pale looking. That's why I know there's death. It's deadly to attack people this way. No, it is. They don't realize that there are people that are walking home from work and school beat up with injuries. So anybody tells you to go on a date and you're hurting after a date or hurting, there's something more going on. We have injuries. When somebody goes on a coffee date, something as simple as coffee, and ends up injured, we have 2011 subpoenas to go to court. And this isn't just about coffee now. I mean, we're talking about severe assaults that go on. There's no reason for somebody who's drinking a cup of coffee to be injured. So anytime anytime somebody rapes a girl or rapes somebody on a first date, report it, please. That way you can argue your case in court, because arguing the court of public opinion is very difficult. People come home with rape injuries after dealing with certain individuals. That's why we reported it to you guys. Because if it's not me, it'll be somebody else, okay? And the girl should not be coming home with pale-looking face. So something as simple as a coffee date and coming home pale-looking, something's not right. We've been assaulted before. So anytime somebody assaults you and you see somebody coming home and they look like they're pale skin and they haven't gone to lunch, it's because somebody's abusing us right now. And we're reporting it now. We're sick and tired of the abuse that went on here. We haven't gone to lunch, we haven't gone to dinner, and this abuse has been going on over 3 years. Over 3 years.